What's happening, everybody? We're back. It's me, your resident supervillain, Mr. J. Washington.
I'm the swaggy blerd, Winston A. Marshall.
We are here for the Season 2, Episode 13, season finale review of Harley Quinn on the DC Universe. And if you haven't seen this episode yet, you really going to want to come back because it's going to be a lot of spoilers and a lot of emotion and a lot of yawning because this nigga didn't wake up fully.
Kite Man! No!
Hey, man. I don't know if we need to go from beginning to end. This is one of those we don't really need to go beginning. Do we? I mean, we say that all the time, like every episode. We don't need
to. And then every episode we go from beginning to end, which is the funny.
Because it's like I don't think you really need to. Like, okay, Dr. Psycho and Riddler are out the picture. Plain and simple. They in Arkham. Harley's running away from the wedding because she feel like she's ruining everybody's life. Two-Face is out here being two-faced. He literally lives up to his name,
which it's called out for being like he gives advice to Harley because let's try it. Let's see if we could actually do this without going beat for beat here. But like obviously Ivy's wedding is happening. And
okay, let's froze is amazing.
Huh? What happened?
You froze. You actually froze.
That's bullshit. You froze.
Huh?
You froze.
Okay, whatever. You have to put that on me.
Your mama. That was a very reflexive like kid on the fucking shit. Like you smell bad. You smell bad. Like you know what I'm saying. That's what that shit was.
He was over you.
But yeah. Two-Face, Harley gets called out because Two-Face is like, yo, you just gonna be here in these streets like this? You just gonna take it like a little bitch? And well, because remember, he's the one that convinces Gordon to go arrest everybody at Ivy's wedding. And then he's like, and then is like helps Harley escape for a minute. Like, I'll tell you what's going on if you.
I'm telling her that Gordon's about to bust up the wedding.
And then it's like, yeah, Gordon's about to arrest everybody and shit. Like, uh-oh. And so someone calls her out being like, you literally.
Ivy did.
You believe someone called Two-Face. Like, literally called Two-Face. You came up here trying to ruin my wedding. So.
And he literally was playing both sides of the face. The good face and the. Well, which one is the good face? Like, because in his opinion, there's nothing wrong with the other face.
Yeah. I mean, he played both Gordon and Ivy, man.
He played them both. The best part of the whole wedding getting planned and getting ready to happen. Well, it's two parts. Number one, the fact that Poison Ivy, she apologized to Kite Man with her iviness on his back, his kite in the air. Which, first of all, he's a better man than me. There's a lot of love. But let me tell you something. Let me find out my chick just cheated on me, and I gave my heart. And also, he didn't ask for a threesome, which I was very disappointed. I'd have turned to the side in the air. Like, how'd you do this?
Bro, you didn't realize she could catch herself before she hits the ground, but fuck.
Yeah, but she still got to think about it in the air for about 15 seconds. She got to think about what she did while she in the air.
You're a fucking savage. It's like, I would just turn on my side. You ain't shit, bro.
In the air, just turn on my side. But what happened, like, so first of all, Ivy gets back the corn factory for the wedding. Because, of course, y'all remember Condiment King had this old standby. You know, so he let it on lock. She goes and catches Condiment King. His fiance at the bar was like, "What's up, sauce fucker?" He was like, "It's
Condiment King," but thank you. And yeah, right. That's oh my god, dude.
And has Frank murder him and his fiance?
Just
like dead ass, and then tell Kite Man, look, he disappeared, probably left town, ain't never come back. Don't nobody know what happened. Can we
be real? Frank is the MVP of this episode, man.
Yes, he is.
Condiment King and his broad was out here fucking the plants in the van.
Before he runs game in the truck. Was like, "What's up, baby?"
Yeah. Well, the funniest part about it, and I didn't even think about this, he was supposed to be the metaphor for fucking the bridesmaids. You know what I'm saying? Yes, especially because these were the real bouquets that were in that motherfucker.
Yeah, it was
he's out here hollering. You gotta have at least one person that's essentially wedding crashing You know what I'm saying? Or like pulling a Wedding Crashers where you're just trying to scam on.
Because like he's a part of the wedding. This isn't like he just going to random weddings. So it's not a wedding crasher so much.
Well, right, he is invited, but I'm saying that mentality that you see from Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn of like, I gotta try and fuck either a bridesmaid or a guest. You know what I'm saying? Like full court press shit. Like Frank is the most perfect candidate for that because obviously King Shark's married now. Clayface ain't gonna be doing nothing but trying to perform, which is exactly what happens.
And then, first of all, when Harley is like, nah, she shouldn't do it. Remember when she escaped, she like, I don't think I should go to the wedding. Blah 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 blah. Kite Man, excuse me, Clayface, the King Shark. They're like, yo, this your girl. And Frank is like, this your motherfucking best friend. Like, basically, got to convince. Yeah, Frank is the MVP of this episode of the season finale, and I get it. And so you got. The wedding happens. They bring back the Cobb Squad, which I'm surprised Maxie Zeus didn't show up with Nora Freeze, like the way she was fucking him out.
No, but that's exactly why. She's in the middle of her whole phase, bro. Like I'm surprised that she
home though. She took him home from them.
Yeah, but that's just because. But that's that's the same way that like that first piece that you get after like a drought, you just like you on that. Like she literally was fuck a drought. She was frozen, bro. So that was like
true. She couldn't even have a drought. She was a block of ice, and then
what's the opposite of a drought? Because that's too much moisture. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so my brain just started playing Boys to Men. Let's not wait till the water runs dry.
We'll make the biggest mistake of our lives. Don't do it, baby. Ooh,
so you got. Why did Jennifer have to keep mentioning she's 36? And she was like, "This might be the last time I'm ever a bridesmaid." Like that. Like, is that a real thing for women?
I'm maybe, and in my brain, to be honest with you, I didn't even think the part. I mean. Never mind. I was gonna say I didn't even think that the big part that people are excited about is just like actually being in the ceremony and shit. It's like going to the bachelor or bachelorette party and then maybe fucking somebody at the wedding. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really know that was like a big deal.
I'm available to be part of your weddings if you are looking for someone to handle a bridesmaid or two. Be like, yo, somebody gonna give Sheila some dick before the ceremony so she'd be okay. Because clearly that's what happens. That like the way you just said, like every other wedding has somebody that said to, oh well, we're gonna have this beautiful ceremony. Monica gonna fuck and probably Timmy too. So they might fuck each other. Who knows?
But I mean, I literally think of the last wedding that I was in, a wedding party, and I didn't do shit. But like my homeboy, literally when he got there, was like, all right, which of these bridesmaids is single? And then that was it. He's one of the types that like he didn't get messy with it. He found the one bridesmaid, they hooked up, and then she was not about that life. She just started talking about how little his dick was and how bad like told all the bridesmaids, and then we heard about it because another one of the homeboys, his wife was one of the bridesmaids and shit, and so he was like, yeah, so they straight up talk about old boy's dick and shit and how his cunnilingus game trash and just all so I was like, oh my god.
Oh no!
Because it was also a destination wedding, so they were talking like it. So we were all in a place for like 3 or 4 days. So they hooked up day 1 and hit business in the streets day 2 and forward.
Oh no!
This review has gone completely off the rails.
Oh no! I would be so. Let me tell you something. Let me be one of the dudes in the groomsmen that all of a sudden hear that Chuck over here was thinking he was slanging dick, and now all of a sudden word got back that Chuck is out here just short stroking like, what the fuck is going on?
What? Oh, so that's what you were doing. I was like, why are you reading something? You're clearly reading something, and it was because you were uploading a fucking video.
Nigga! I would feel like, because I know he came into the wedding like he got games, he got plans. He like, yo, who's single? He get up with somebody, you know what I'm saying? He doing what he got to do, only to turn around and be like, so, shorty.
Bro, all of the bridesmaids and all of the fucking groomsmen out here like,
they about to call it. LinkedIn page like, yeah, you got an employee out here who is lying on his credentials. But anyway,
false advertisements, false start.
Can we not have it? So the wedding goes on again. With like I said, the wedding with the wedding, Selena Kyle brings her date, who Clayface swears him down as Tim Burton, who low key I thought was Tim Burton. I was like, dude, it's Tim Burton. So now the whole time Clayface like, yo, I just gotta sing my heart out for Tim Burton. You know what I'm saying? He go put me in the movie. Selena decides to wear her Catwoman fit, which is the best thing ever. She was like, I can be a bridesmaid and not subscribe to the fashion. Harley decides to put on a dress, and she can't fit it.
The funniest part is when Catwoman, she was like, so yeah, you know, I'm trying to like, I'm here. Can I wear your dress? She's like, you gonna lose 2 sizes too before you attempt to do that? And I was like, yo, why Catwoman so savage? And then Harley's like, fuck, she was right.
Like, Harley was like, I can fit this dress. And they're trying to squeeze this motherfucker in it like.
So literally that song, the Savage remix was about Harley, right? If you ain't got to put jeans on, then you'll feel my pain. Oh, gross. You're a Hufflepuff?
Hufflepuff. Anyway, I just got this because
you just got it because it looks good. You're not a Hufflepuff?
No, I'm not fucking be a Hufflepuff. I don't want people to think I'm a teddy bear, nigga. I'm a thug. I'm a gangster. We evil. Goddamn. Oh no, dude, delicious. Goddamn
thug.
Gordon then got there and infiltrated the whole wedding. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, they did their montage to get ready in disguise and shit. Dead, bro. With the Irish fucking accent as the pastor and shit. Dead, bro.
Dude, but the fact the cops and everything, these motherfuckers didn't even really put on wedding clothes. They just put on the jackets over their cop clothes.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then they were taking up a lot of the working stuff. So like the one guy went as the caterer. So like that shit killed me when they were like, why the fuck the caterer at the ceremony?
Right, like, the caterer at the ceremony. Like, you don't get to watch the nuptials. What's wrong with you? That's when because Harley realized, because Harley tries to tell Ivy like, yo, bitch, you better fuck up your shit. And then Ivy is like, no, because that was the thing we kept talking about throughout this entire season once it started going down. Ivy literally has been fighting her feelings. She was like, yo, I need this for Kite Man. She's like, I need this for Kite Man. I need this for Kite Man. Kite Man wants this. Kite Man needs this. Kite Man. Like, she never said she needed this. If you ever noticed that, she never said
she did once or twice, but it wasn't believable. And it was clear that the priority clearly was. Because I even think, other than fighting her feelings, because she was worried about whatchamacallit. Like what we found with Ivy is that yes, she was concerned that Harley would break her heart, but I think the other part of it, honestly, was the fact that like she did truly fall in love with him, and it was. Have you ever been in a relationship where you found yourself more concerned about them than yourself?
Yes.
And that's that moment that you realize you're not in it anymore.
Yeah.
And it's been very clear that she hasn't really been in this for a while because little things keep happening that are popping up and shit. So
yeah, and so like when the ceremony's going on, Harley is like, yo, I'm trying to save your shit. And you know, that's when Ivy kicks out. But when she come back, Jennifer was like, look, bitch, first of all, you ain't do my hair like you was supposed to. Because remember when they were taking the pictures, Harley was like, your hair looking like. She was like, no thanks to you. That's what she realized. That's what she thought the photographer do. was Gordon and tackled him.
And she's like, "Look, I'm gonna show you," and tackled the shit out of him. And like the photographer's out, and Gordon literally is like, "Ah, fuck!" Right before the tackle, and then afterwards goes, "Oh,
wait."
okay."
First of all, we talk about how the photographer was like, "Yes, queen." They was taking the picture. It was this bullshit. And so basically said when it comes back around, Harley tried to stop shit when she realizes Jennifer's like, fuck this bitch. This is my last chance to be a bridesmaid, like we said earlier. But that's when Harley realizes that the caterer, like you brought up, has on, why is the caterer here, first of all, then pulls off his clothes and realizes, yo, these the cops. And after they say the I do's, Gordon is like, arrest him. Here comes Tawny with the whole crew. Like this is a whole set of Gordon trying to make his bid for mayor heavy.
Well, hit him with all the knockout gas. So the entirety of the fucking
party gets knocked
out.
Just
knocked out.
And Ivy thinks she good because she got plants. She like, you know, that face, that struggle face, that.
Yeah, she did kind of look like she was starting to stroke out at the end of it, but then she realizes like, oh fuck, they're all plastic. Oh my god, Harley was right. And so Gordon's about to win, man. He's out here arresting people, but Harley comes back, busts the fucking shit open, gets the gas about that hoe, and then they wake up and they are all mad.
I just want to say for the record, that was the most niggerish description of anything that ever happens. Harley busts the shit out, get the gas about that hoe. That's black.
Did I say about that hoe?
Yeah.
Oh wow. I didn't even it's so automatic. I didn't even fucking know.
But then she does that. Tawny and they're trying to get all this footage and stuff, and Gordon is sitting there proud, but all of a sudden, all the cops been knocked out in the process, though. All the cops down. Tawny and they're talking, and all of a sudden the cops is waking up. I mean, the supervillains are waking up. The whole time while that's happening, Clayface gets up and decides to do his aria. You know what I'm saying? He goes sing his aria. While he's singing, he was singing while the fighting was going on. Excuse me, the initial fighting.
I don't even remember what hit him, but something fucking hit him, like took his bottom half out, and he still just kept singing and then reattached himself while singing.
Hey, and shit. Man was dedicated. You know what I'm saying? He is dedicated.
Who was there with Tim Burton? Was it Catwoman? It was Catwoman.
Catwoman. But turns out it really wasn't Tim Burton. It was a nigga named Gary.
Gary, yeah. Come on, Gary. Let's get out of here.
The sad part is he doesn't even hear because he is, I mean, first of all, Clayface has a great voice. He's amazing. But after Harley busts out that hoe, like Winston said, that's when Harley, Ivy, and Kite Man go to the outside. Kite Man is in tears and got the snot going, bro. Did you pay attention to the snot? He's like, He like, this day was ruined. Ivy like, yo, we can still get married. I love you. Let's get married. He was like, yeah, don't you want to be married? He was like, yeah, but you don't. Harley was like, I'm an ordained minister. Like I just told you, fam, $25. I'm on this. Excuse me. That was the Lord telling me I shouldn't say that. That's why I had to clear my throat.
But no, I know. I told you that shit. Jesus don't want you up in here blaspheming his marriageness. All I'm saying is, bro, like,
you couldn't think of the words, the institution of marriage. What you say is marriageness? That's okay.
It's marriageness, bro. You ain't heard about that shit? That's that real shit. How you not heard about marriageness?
I don't.
What the fuck is going
on? You mean
so?
Jesus Christ!
So Kite Man out here. This is the moment when Kite Man actually man up for the fully.
Can I make an addendum? Like what you're saying, you can tell what happens. I actually am going to change from Frank as the MVP to Kite Man as the MVP of this episode
because he stood up for himself
because of this moment.
Yeah, when he said, Kite Man is like, look, I know I want to get married. You don't. He was like, yo, when I was sitting there telling my vows, I could see it in all your face.
Well, you forgot the vows. We forgot to talk about the vows and how he was like, yeah, and then we're, with the 2.5 kids, and we occasionally sit on the couch and do nothing but watch YouTube tutorials about
Ivy is like, wait,
the whole time like, wait.
Remember that episode of The Fresh Prince, and I think it was Will supposed to get married. He was like, we're going to have our 6 kids, little Will, Wilbert, Wilhelmina. He started naming all them kids. I think it was Vivica A. Fox. She was like, the fuck is you talking about? That's how Ivy was looking. And so he realizes she doesn't want to get married. She actually does love Harley. This man is so sad and depressed. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all something, ladies and gentlemen. I was watching this episode, and it's really sad that I say this. It's really, really sad, and I don't want anybody ever clipping this out and using this against me in the court of law. I felt like when I watched it, the only person that was gonna be as sad as it was me watching it was Winston, because Winston been cheering for Kite Man all through this entire show, and the fact that Kite Man was like, "I can't do it no more, god damn it!" Then hit the button on his chest, and a just married Kite comes out and just looks sad.
I mean, did you already say that you would turn sideways on a hoe?
Yes,
yeah,
I did.
You did earlier in the yeah. I remember. I couldn't remember if that was during our pre-talk or during the actual review. But I mean, don't get me wrong. I still was sad because I want, like, any breakup, especially for somebody that like you're rooting for, like, sucks. So I do genuinely feel bad for Kite Man. I don't necessarily for Ivy, because I mean Ivy's obviously getting what she wants. So I do actually feel very bad for Kite Man, but while I came out of this feeling okay, is that at the very least, the silver lining here is he finally stood up for himself. He hasn't really stood up for himself in any other scenario, not with his parents, not with Condiment King. I mean, even the whole of this relationship, which is why I love rooting for him, because he was like, he was a twat when we first met him, but like, I was talking to some British people earlier. He was a twat when we met him, but like he's slowly been like coming into his own, and we figured out he was a good dude. If he was a piece of shit, that'd be one thing, but he's a good dude. So to see him stand up for himself, it's funny. It reminded me of my early relationships where I would just like take it, and then there was a point where I was like, yeah, no more. So that's the part of me that I'm sad that he doesn't get to marry the woman that he really loves, but I'm happy because I'm like, look at you pulling your kite out. Sometimes you just gotta take your kite out, put it on the wood. just drop that shit. Yes.
What the fuck is going on?
You really love that new clip, don't you? All I have to say is, put
it on the wood.
Put on the wood. Let him know, son, that you're big and small at the same time. You gotta let him know. All I gotta say is, Ivy needs to like, now that her and Harley are together, she needs to
apologize to the hoe.
like pretty much, because Harley.
So Harley and Ivy are in the car. They trying to the cop car. The married car. They trying to get away because the police are chasing them. And she was like, "I knew I didn't want to get here. The whole parking lot is just a maze." So they go. But again, the whole time this shit happening, you still got Clayface ass singing. He's the background.
Clayface ass singing. That's when we find out Frank was fucking the plant. Because he's awake, and you just see the van rocking as the cars go by, and he's like, "Yeah, you gonna get this? It's pollen season.
You want this pollination? You want this germination inside you?
Taking it a step too far, sir."
So, and during all that, Ivy admits she loves Harley. They kiss. They scoot off later, and it just says the end ?
And that's how next season, the Riddler season.
The Riddler, the love story of the Riddler and Dr. Psycho. We find out finally that Dr. Psycho broke down and fucked Riddler with his swollen ass calves.
He just holding on to the calves like fuck it. You remember how you remember how they had this, hold on. You remember how they had the snowboarding arcade games and shit. And you know what I'm saying, where they had the railings, and so you would be snowboarding, but they make you hold on to it so you don't fall the fuck off. What would you rate it, man? What would you rate it?
Disgusting and disturbing. I want you to know this. What was that about? Jesus.
Clear your mind if you can.
Cause now this thing, doctor's like,
what the fuck is going on?
Holding on to his
Well, all right. I gotta give it a 5, and this is kind of what I was talking about. I was waiting to see how this all wrapped up, and I thought that this was a perfect way to end. Kite Man did not get left looking like a bitch. Like his character development went all the way through, and he finally learned to stand up for himself. Ivy really admitted her true feelings, and even she stood up for herself, and that she's more willing to accept the things that she wants. It was a nice little balance. Ivy doesn't always go for the things she wants. She's very amenable to other people. She's kind of the girl that, you know, the very conflict averse. So she's a people pleaser. And then Harley is very insane in the sense that she's very alpha, very me, and she finally learned how to live for somebody else. You got to see everybody. All of the main arcs that needed to end came full circle.
Well, like you said, they came full circle, and it never shit on anybody really.
Yeah.
Like Harley's biggest story was coming into her own. And I think that's the whole
thing. Yeah, she went from people pleasing Joker to I'm about me and I'm about my life to now
you actually missed the whole big step. You missed the whole step.
What?
She went from people pleasing with the Joker to people pleasing with the Legion. Remember, she tried.
Well, people pleasing with the Joker, and I would say that the arc, which ended at the end of the first season, is being about herself, is really finding and being about herself. And the thing that can be dangerous about finding yourself, that happens to a lot of people, you get selfish. And so when you do that, you start doing fucked up things. And that was kind of the thing that happened throughout this season, is it was about me, including her feelings for Ivy, which jeopardized her relationship with Kite Man. But then eventually coming back around and being like, you know, it's not about me, especially if this is somebody that I love. It's about this balance. You know what I'm saying? It's about finding a way to take care of myself, but to also take care of the person that I love. There is a balance there, and I feel like she finds it by the end of this episode. So that's why I give it a 5.
I for sure give it a 5. I think the story culmination, like I said, I will always bring this up. Talking to Dean, Patrick, and Justin, when we find out that even though we got 2 seasons, it's always been one long story. You know what I'm saying? And so the story literally paid itself off from the very beginning to the very end. So it's one of those when, and I'm not going to say when season 3 starts, it's a new story, but it's a slight continuation, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, I mean, it will be more traditionally like you would see a season to season arc, because very rarely do shows get to shoot their 2 seasons back to back.
Right.
One of those situations where they wrote it almost as one giant season with a break in between. You know what I mean?
Right. And so I definitely give it a 5. Everything panned out well. Again, everybody got the happiness they wanted. Like, who knew King Shark would actually be happy being married? Think about it. As much as he talks shit, my wife Tabitha.
I mean, you know, the funny thing is, man, I've obviously not across the board because you were being married to a fucking stranger, but like, I've seen a number of arranged marriages genuinely work, and that's
fiance is proof of that.
What'd you say?
90 Day Fiance is proof of that.
But that's not an arranged marriage.
I know. I consider it arranged by TLC.
Oh, no, because you got to do the casting. They do want to know.
Yeah, that's true.
Who you've been hollering at and shit.
Hey, who's this nigga Jaquise?
Oh, I met him in an email. He's we lost Jay. All right, well then, until he comes back, I guess I'll kind of wrap things up. Hold on. I think he's coming back now. There it is. Nigga, it doesn't matter. Why now? It doesn't matter. Why just finish the shit? I have to be on the lab.
Who's this nigga Jaquise? Like we were saying. I'm so glad both of us are in control of this, because if it had stopped recording, I'd have been like, oh God, no.
It's fine. I was just gonna wrap it up and be like, Carl, blah, 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 find him at Mr. J. Washington.
So again, this has been a great second season. I've been happy to see this. I think I'm leaving in all the extra shit that happened too. I'm not taking out none of this, just to show how real this shit can be. This has been a great second season. Like I said, we both give it 5s. We want to know what you thought about this season as a whole in the comments below. So go ahead and like, subscribe, click on the notification bell. Did this season pan out and give you what you wanted from it? Are you excited for a potential season 3?
Yes.
Yes?
I'm answering the question. I thought you were asking me a question.
No, I wasn't asking you shit, but your answer is yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Leon Phelps. So according to the ladies, man, you want to know what you think about it. So listen, why don't you go ahead and follow me on Twitter and Instagrams and Miss Washington. No, yeah, they follow me because I got fish sandwiches. MRJAY Washington. And follow my Super Villain Squad on Patreon. Patreon.com/Mr. J Washington. Listen, babies. You go ahead and join the $25 tier. That is the one-on-one with the super villain. So guess what you get to do? You get to have fish sandwiches and conversations with me.
Oh, the one-on-one. I assumed you were either fighting or fucking. I didn't realize that it was just
that is a $100 tier. For $100 tier,
I gotta pay you $100 a month to fuck you, Jesus.
Look, we are in a global pandemic, and I need money, so do it this time. If you join at $100, I will give you this dick. Okay. Now I know some people are saying, "Well, what if I want to fuck you?" That is a $2,000 tier. So you get
no, for them to fuck you.
Yeah.
Yes. I was like, you just said, "Are you doing for $100?" And now it's $2,000. Like, make up your mind.
No, that is different. Anyway, join that and check out the Mad Titan podcast where I get you caught up on everything, baby, in Marvel and DC, they live action and cinematic universes. It is Bob Stop Talk for Nerds. Now I'm gonna let the sleepy blerd because he ain't been swaggy this whole episode. He been sleepy. SLEPPY, sleepy. Go, Winston.
I like the way you move. See, Sleepy Brown. Swaggy Blerd, THESWAGGYBLERD. That's all your socials. That's your Twitter. That's your Instagram. That's your YouTubes. Though right now I haven't really been doing any. Yes, I said YouTubes. Yes. I haven't really been doing any comedy stuff or interviews at the moment, just because the other thing that you should check out for, because you already mentioned Blerds in the Hood and Game Time, is Wednesdays. I drop new episodes of Positive Black People News. That is my new show, similar to Last Week Tonight, but with positive news stories about Black folk. That is
all niggers ain't bad. They do good things.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, to oversimplify much. So the YouTube.com/PBP News. Definitely check that out. Thursdays I do a show called Swagback Thursdays. That's where I kick it with y'all on Twitch. I play an old school game, give you a hip hop and R&B playlist from the year, whatever retro game we're playing comes out. This week we did Batman Arkham City, and I dropped them 2011 fucking bangers. Like 2011 was the year of Young Money, bro. Take Care came out. Pink Friday came out. Lil Wayne was kept pretending he was gonna do.
Oh, you know what? So my brain, when you say Young Money, my brain, because again, what you've been doing with Swagback, my brain forgot Young Money. Again, 2011 is almost 10 years ago.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Wild.
You forget.
That's what's wild.
You know what I'm saying? You forget that part. So I'm thinking Cash Money, and I'm like, wait, what? 2011?
That's the shit that's wild to me too. Is because I was like, oh man, like that was yesterday, nigga. That was 9 years ago.
It was 9 years ago.
Like you want to talk about feeling old? Fuck, bro. Like college literally feels like I graduated a couple weeks ago. And
I want to have a discussion on what I'm gonna do for my birthday and how old I'll be this year. So we're gonna go ahead past that discussion. Continue.
Are you turning 40?
We're gonna continue past that, sir. Go ahead.
Anyway, so yeah, definitely come check out that. It's a lot of fun. I mean, we put some bangers out there. We had fun beating up random thugs in the street. And it's all sorts of stuff. It's my chance to really interact and like hang out with people. So definitely check that out. And yeah, that's pretty. Join my Patreon, patreon.com/swaggyblerd. My 2 highest tiers, you could be a part of my writer's room for PBPN. So if you're trying to get that writer's credit, if you're always like, I always want to write on a show, you could do it. That's pretty much it.
You can do it.
You can do it.
All right, man. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with us through this entire season, man. It's been fun doing these 2 seasons. Doom Patrol is here, and we're doing the Doom Patrol reviews together again on this channel. So you got to check that out. I was supposed to be doing Stargirl with him, but clearly he didn't want to catch up to all episodes, which at this point,
so many episodes.
I'm
trying, man.
Hey, episode 7 just released in the press thing. So I'm like, at this point, if you don't catch up, if you all of a sudden come in episode 9, like, all right, let me talk about this. I'll be like,
I'll do my review of the season so far.
what the fuck just happened? So make sure you check all those out. All right. We will holler at y'all next week for Doom Patrol. Well, Doom Patrol, yeah, we'll be there. Just find us on Doom Patrol. I'll be somewhere with some movie. If a movie comes out, I'll review it. I might talk about an old movie, but there's no new movies. There's no new movies. All right.
If you haven't already talked to your people, you can talk about DC's HBO Max's weird ass plan to take the movies, then not take the movies, then to take the movies.
That'll probably be a Patreon conversation, but we'll holler at y'all later. I'm out of here. Take care. Bye.